I think so. Lifting family, welcome back. So in this video, you're probably wondering why I have all these weird items around me and then what this thing is attached to my neck. These are the items where, so as far as reviews lately, I've picked up some of these random items. Like I said, I'm part of the Amazon Vine program, and there's just some items that kind of miss the mark, and I don't really want a consecutive level of reviews where these items that miss the mark, how do you, come on now, does this not deflate? Right, so this product is actually on my neck. This one, I kept it on for, I can't remember how many minutes. I followed the directions, I had the video ready, and then about an hour later, I got this intense headache. This like, just intense all around my head, kind of a feeling. I was trying to just see if I could pinpoint where I could stretch or see if there's anything that was tight, and it was terrible. And I can laugh now, but it was kind of concerning, especially because this is 2020. A headache is a symbol of other things, and so I was concerned. And luckily I've got this hydrogenated water here that just would take care of that. Outside of being tasty water, this one just didn't really, it says increase athletic performance, reduce inflammation from exercise, deliver powerful antioxidants. Now if I were watching the new Zac Efron show on Netflix, that might be something where I would buy into this a little bit more, but in that show they were just covering basically like fresh water without a bunch of added components to it. And that's the problem with like distillation, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff when it comes to water. So this seems to be more like that, where they overcomplicate the process. And so I don't really notice anything from this. I don't know how long or how many you're supposed to drink, but it does not really, it doesn't hit the mark other than being tasty water. But I think it was like $30 for a 12-pack. That's more than a case of Monster. And there was 12 of these. Now granted, Monster is a whole different category, so we don't even want to touch on that, especially when it comes to water and purity and a lot of other things. But the next one is this back stretcher. So this one, you can adjust the level of arch that you're trying to support. But like this cheap foam piece kind of just came laying on top of it, and you gotta tuck this one in. I know that sounded like really complainy, but you gotta kind of tuck it in, and I just figured that maybe like gluing it in place would have done them more of a solid. Like these are supposed to be little magnetic pieces to kind of work within your body, and then you got these like cheap little plastic nodes here that are supposed to be more like acupressure, but that's a whole different ballgame than what you can accomplish with something like this. So this is quite a gimmick. I mean, it is decent to stretch on. The only problem is that the acupuncture these little acupressure pieces just don't really quite do the job. I mean, it's not super comfortable to lay on. You can't really quite relax because they're rounded off, so they don't really do exactly what you would want from like acupressure. And then again, like something like this, I mean, this would be a really decent like pillow. I mean, you've seen those airplane pillows, those things are decent, but with this one, I mean, it's supposed to help stretch out the cervical portion of your neck, so obviously the top portion of the top vertebrae within your spine. So that's something that I was really hoping for, just because I get a lot of tension, especially along the right side. My whole right side needs to be replaced. Maybe we'll set up a GoFundMe for that. Right hip, right shoulder, right everything. So I was really hoping that this product would help with that, but instead it almost intensified it in the complete opposite direction. So these are on like the no-go, no thanks, don't really want to offer up a bunch of time in reviewing them. I wanted something that was funny, but at the same time, like, just so you know, when I give reviews and you start to see, you know, some of them are at like lowest, maybe even like a 3.5 star. That's because items like this, I mean, there's honesty in it, but at the same time, it's just, there's a lot of time and effort that gets put into a review. I mean, even though it's 4 minutes, and my reviews might not be super great to someone, but there's still a couple hours that are put into each video, which is kind of insane. So to then do this and then just be like, well, 2 stars from Liftingdad, don't buy this one, that's kind of terrible. But I figured I'd lump these all together. I'm not going to link these down below. You can find them on Amazon if you want to. Maybe they've worked for you. They just didn't work for me. I had a scale that I reviewed in the past that actually gets me some interesting comments because people feel that it worked for them and I used it wrong. A lot of other things I could say about that one, but outside of that, I don't really like to focus on the negative. So with these, let's bunch them together. This is on the no-fly list, no-go list. These are just as bad as what 2020 has been so far. So outside of that, like this video just to show that you've actually watched it. Comment down below. Maybe you've tried these. Maybe you're an advocate for this. Maybe you're an advocate for this. Maybe this is fantastic. Outside of that, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Do click that subscribe button. Subscriptions have been going up. Fantastic. I appreciate your support, especially given everything that's been going on. I appreciate all of this, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. As always, thank you for watching and keep pushing. Oh, it's not even